the producer said at Comic-Con this year that this year we were exploring the origin of the Black Canary story. And that's what this has been. Much like, even though I came back from the island, with the hood and with the costume and fully formed, we never called my character Arrow or Green Arrow in season 1, and we've moved that direction in season 2. So this season has been about the origin of the Canary story, but very much just the origin.
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hey Stephen, I was just wondering what any future ways you'd like the show to go. Like I know in the comics, Oliver was mayor at one point, the public knew his identity, Any certain things you'd like to see them do upcoming?
Both of the things that you have mentioned are things that are a super interesting aspect of the show. I would love the Oliver Queen character to be a little bit more of a public figure. I like playing that character, and I think that at some point on the show, it would be great for Oliver to just announce that he's the Green Arrow and then look at everybody and say, "What are you going to do about it?" that would be a really interesting twist that we could play.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Next up.
What was your inspiration for your character from the beginning?
With the pilot, it was really important that I trust David Nutter in particular, who is the greatest pilot director in the history of modern television. I mean, he's had, if The Flash goes to series, that'll be his 17th pilot taken to series.
Wow.
He did Arrow, Supernatural, Smallville, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, The Mentalist, The X-Files, the list goes on and on and on. And he knows how to craft an episode that introduces characters, tells an interesting story, and makes the audience want to watch another 199 episodes of the show. So it just behooved me to listen to everything that he said. And I'll never forget, our very first day filming was the scene where I'm being interrogated, and if this is a spoiler, definitely the wrong thing. I was being interrogated, and he had this very, very specific directive that when I finally make the change and I tell these guys that I'm going to kill them, it's like I want you to look up. I want you to look up very, very slowly and really tilt your eyes up. He said, "This will be the image that is a transitional moment in the trailer." Like he already knew these things, having not even gotten a piece of my coverage yet. So I just listened to David and crossed my fingers and hoped it didn't suck. Thank you.
It did not.
Thank you.
Hi, Stephen. I was wondering, because you and various cast members post like the goofiest selfies.
Yeah.
Is there a really big memory you have on set that's like really funny?
The first year, maybe our 4th or 5th episode, I was supposed to be having this the show was incredibly serious at the beginning, and I was supposed to be having this very serious moment, and David Ramsey was supposed to come up and whisper something to me. And it wasn't even scripted what he was supposed to whisper, it was just him passing me information. And he said the filthiest thing in my ear that I've ever heard in my entire life. It was like, we didn't even break into telling jokes on set. We went from 0 to 100. And this horrible, horrible thing that he said in my ear that I will never forget for the rest of my life, and that I will not repeat right now. And from that point forward, we've just been a group that likes to have fun. I mean, shooting a season of the show is 189 shoot days for us, and some of them are fun. Most of them are fun. Some of them are tedious, and some of them you're really incredibly tired. And if you don't have a good inter-cast relationship and a good relationship with the crew, the people that you're spending all this time with, then I pity any show like that. So we try to have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Stephen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm so happy that I want to thank you and Manu when he's on tomorrow, for finally bringing DC Universe to live action. It hasn't been done properly from comic book conception to live action. DC movies haven't really been able to do it, and unfortunately Smallville was more of a teen drama than Superman.
No
But,
comment.
I'm curious because it hasn't come up yet. Do you actually shoot that bow, the compound bow, the one that you use in the second season?
Yeah,
How fast can you actually fire that thing?
not as fast as I do on the show. I mean, one of the unfortunate things about a show with respect to archery is there is no safe way to shoot a bow and arrow. I mean, with guns are safe. You clear the gun, you shoot blanks, you add in a muzzle flash after in post-production. With arrows, I'm grabbing nothing, I'm knocking nothing, and I'm firing nothing. We have like a 12-page safety bulletin when it comes to bows and arrows on set. So I practice in my off time so that all the elements of archery that should be there are there, but I can't quite pull a knot that fast. You know, that's actually a superpower.
Thank you very much.
Called visual effects. Thank you.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi.
So you've been here quite a while for 2 seasons now, which is pretty much 2 years. So that pretty much makes you an honorary Vancouverite.
Yes, it does.
I'm just wondering. So since Vancouver, we're also known for rain. Do you ever get also Vancouver kind of syndrome? You know, rain syndrome.
Oh, you know what? I don't mind the rain because it's awful to film in, but really bad weather looks really good on screen. And so, you know, we'll have shots where, you know, they'll light it so that sometimes you can't tell that it's raining, and then sometimes they'll light it so that it looks like a torrential downpour. And no, I've become very comfortable and found a really nice home in Vancouver. It's you know, my family, we go to Whistler sometimes on the weekends in the summer. We are going to go explore in Kelowna this year, I think. I mean, we've become big fans of British Columbia, and I'm Canadian, but I had never actually set foot in Vancouver, save for one weekend before I actually came up and started shooting here. So it's been a really neat experience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Stephen.
Hi.
You guys are on an 8-day shooting schedule, right?
Yes.
Do you shoot the flashbacks as part of those 8 days, or do you front load your whole season?
You mean, do I grow that terrible hair at the beginning of the season?
As soon as you leave.
No. The flashbacks happen. The flashbacks happen as we shoot the episodes. I actually had a couple of days this year where I started the day as Island Oliver. I got the wig off and whatever off. I went into present day Oliver, and then I actually had to change into the arrow suit and shoot scenes. So it keeps me focused and attentive to what's going on in the story.
Yeah, it's intense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi.
Since you mentioned earlier on that you started looking at the DC universe, I was all excited by having Tara Strong's little cameo recently. Has there been any characters in the universe that you've been hoping to have little cameos added into the show?
I didn't know a great deal about Harley Quinn until Harley Quinn or some iteration thereof was on the show, and the internet exploded. And I know that was a really exciting moment for the producers of the show, who are big fans of not only DC, but particularly the Batman universe. And I think having Harley Quinn on the show, and it was Harley Quinn, was awesome. I hope to see her again. It's working with DC has been great, because when they're kind of like the parents and you're kind of like the new kid that just got his license. And in the first season, they're like, yeah, we'll let you take the car out, but we're coming with you and you can only go around the block. And in the second season, it's been more like, here are the car keys, don't stay out too late, don't dent it or do anything. And I feel like we've taken care of the car so far. To take that analogy forward, maybe they will buy us our own car soon. But it's been great. Any time that we can bring in the DC universe and make the show richer that way, it serves everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.